I dreamed about being a fighter pilot. My mother wanted me to go to art school. I had won a scholarship, New England School of Arts, but I wanted to fly. My dad was in World War I in the Air Service. Talked about flying to us the entire time we were growing up. I always wanted to get into Army Air Corps. I needed 2 years of college to get in. Pearl Harbor came along, so I quit school right away and took my cadet exam. That's when I went into the service. I trained in P-40s. My first personal airplane assigned to me in a squadron was a D model, 51. Beautiful airplane. TAC Recon was armed reconnaissance. To see what's going on, you flew as low as you dared, really. The flights lasted from 2 hours to 4.5 hours behind enemy lines. We also did dive bombing and strafing. We did a lot of napalming. My third airplane was an F-6, which is a 51D model and had cameras mounted in the back. Part of our mission was low-level photographs of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. It was total destruction. Having seen some of the firebomb raids in Tokyo, I thought it was a firebomb raid, which turned out it was the A-bomb, but we didn't know that. But then I decided that I'd rather dodge ack-ack and bullets than I would these wild animals. I think the service is a better deal for me. 1951, I got orders for Korea. I was assigned to 73rd Tank Battalion. I had an L-19 and a crew chief and an assistant crew chief and a 3/4 ton truck. And that was my air section. And my job was to fly low over the tanks to interpret the ground conditions and also tell them where the enemy was and this kind of stuff. And this one time, we had a whole company of tanks ahead of this rock infantry. Things were going pretty well, and all of a sudden, First Rock started back. And I mean, they were running back. They were flat bugging out what they were doing. Our tankers, they said, well, where are the Chinese? And I said, I really don't know where they are. And it's pretty hard to tell the Chinese from the Koreans in the air, and I don't care how low you get. I said, I'll dive on these guys, and the first guys that start to shoot at me, that's your Chinese, and you start shooting back. I peeled off and came down and low over them, and when the first group of guys fired their rifles at me, then the tank started firing at them, and that's what brought the whole thing to a halt. That's how they figured that I deserved the Flying Cross. look back on my aviation career, there were some airplanes I wish I'd flown. Can't say that if I had to do it over, I would change a hell of a lot. I like what I did. I had a great time in the Army. I admit, I still miss that.